Good morning. How are you guys? I'm Monique Ruffin. I'm your moon mama. How's everybody doing today? Today is Tuesday. Tuesday is Mars Day. Mars is the planet of action, of attraction, of of being assertive and getting things done. And Mars also governs the masculine principle. Like I was telling you last week, it's that circle with the sign with the arrow, right? So this is a good day to, focus on what it is that you want to get done, like get some things in order, get some things in place. Even though it's summertime right now, so there's a little bit of ease that we have going on. So it could just be a day to really, find some enjoyment, some pleasure. The moon is in Cancer today. And last month, this time, we were heading into an eclipse. We were heading into the first eclipse of the season. And so now we are about to have the new moon in Leo tomorrow. And so we are officially closing the eclipse season as we begin the new moon. And so we're starting a new cycle. And Leo is the energy of the sun. The sun governs the heart. It is who we truly are. One of the things I love about the heart is when I was pregnant with my son and I went to the doctor to get an ultrasound, the first thing, like literally the heart is the first thing they can really see. And you see this little light where it's just, and there's like nothing there, but there's this little light of like this little blinking light that is the heart, that is electricity. It's actually electricity. And it's the first thing it's the spark of life. And so that happens in the heart, and that's Leo. Isn't that like fascinating? That kind of stuff just really makes me excited to know like how connected we are and what we're made of and how we're made. And really it's light. We're made of light. And then the heart is that, and then we grow these bodies around the light that we are. It's so profound. And so the moon, okay, so I'm all over the place, but the moon is going to be in Cancer today. And so like my intention is for you to understand, like to remember last month where you were at the new moon. What were you thinking about? What was going on? That's a month ago now. And so we were working on early childhood foundations and structures, and really Cancer is the earliest part of ourselves, and renewing that part of ourselves. And the thing that's really significant right now is, as at Cancer and the Capricorn, is that we're watching a lot of the things we've learned as children, or a lot of things that we thought were how things had to be, are totally going away. And that's not happening anymore at all. So it's like, what are the rules going forward, right? Because, when I was a little girl growing up, you had to believe in Jesus. You had to go to work. You had to get a job. You had to get a husband. You had to do all of these sort of things. Like, I thought that my life would be sort of mapped out for me by 25. And the things that were steadies in our lives are now going away. We're even watching our government, like, totally come undone in interesting ways. And so the thing that's really important in my life right now is being willing to step into the mystery, being willing to literally let go of all the things that I thought I knew, that I thought were true, that I was told, that I was indoctrinated into, conditioned into, really recognizing that most of that stuff is all nonsense, that it just didn't mean anything, and give myself permission to live in the mystery and discover out what else is possible. One of the things my selenite, right, when I get a little, sometimes that idea of like not knowing, of living in the uncertainty freaks me out. So I have to like use my selenite crystal to like rub my head. And selenite is an energy that uplifts, that inspires. It's an angelic frequency. And so I'll just rub it along my, just to neutralize the anxiety that comes up inside of me when I think about living in the unknown, because that's what we're living in right now. Everything that we've ever known before, probably with the exception of our names, is shifting. Everything. One day I was sitting down and I was realizing that this phone that I have, I can send messages across the world in a split second. There used to be a time when it would take me a week to get a message across the world, you know. And like everything, we're really changing at the core level who we are. And so what will we become? What are we going to be? I mean, there have been times in my life in these last several years where I've just been so aware of how things are so different that I just didn't even know where to begin or what to do or any of that sort of stuff. And so we get to create ourselves. That's the thing. That's the thing I think is most exciting, is that there's this uncertainty, there's this great unknown, and we get to recreate ourselves and become maybe who we've always wanted to be. Maybe the thing that, you know, that you have a job and it's distracting you from being something, or doing other things, but what else have you always wanted to be? And I think at the core level, we get to ask those kind of questions now, like who are we really, and what do we really desire, and what is really possible? Everything is changing. There was a time when, you know, when I was growing up, it was so important to go to college and get a degree. And I did. I went to college and I got a degree and I loved my time at Howard University. But yesterday I was listening to one of my girlfriends and she decided that she's going to create a whole curriculum for her child, and not send her to college, because guess what? There are free classes that you can take on iTunes University. Yale has free classes, all things you can do online where you can get all of this knowledge and information and build a business and do something that is totally up to you, that you don't need a degree for. You don't need to take the methods that we were told you have to take. The world is different now. What will you do with yourself? What will you do with yourself? What will you be, right? That's the thing that's so fascinating. We live in such a different time. And so I am encouraging us today, as we are in this Cancer moon, to just begin to nurture the possibilities of who we are at the core of ourselves. And understand that we're living in a world right now that's so different than what we grew up in. And if we open our minds and ask deeper questions and believe in new possibilities, that we can be led to things that we would have never even imagined possible. But it's all here right now. And so much of it is free. Don't even have to pay for it. And so with that, my name is Monique Ruffin. Today the moon is in Cancer. Use the energy to nurture yourself at the core level to discover what else is possible. Who else can you be? What else have you been desiring? Live in the mystery and see where it takes you. Oh, grand things ahead. I am your moon mama. If you'd like to join my moon manifestation work, I'd love to have you. We're working on the archetypes there. The archetype we're working on now is the leader, Leo, new moon in Leo. Next month we'll be in Virgo, the Virgin. And we'll be in Virgo. And if you'd like to get a reading, a new moon reading, any of that, you can sign up in my link tree and reach out to me. Thank you for all of you guys who've been coming to get readings, coming for coaching. Thank you for all of you guys who are just leaving comments and sharing my work. I really appreciate it. Peace and blessings. I'm Monique Ruffin, your moon mama. Bye-bye.